Former dealers, have you ever called CPS on a client before? 20 years ago, I was dealing hardcore substances, and one of my regulars came by every weekend like clockwork. At first, he seemed like an ordinary guy, just another user. But over time, his quick pickups turned into longer stays. 30-minute conversations where he'd share pieces of his life. One day, he casually dropped a bombshell. He had a toddler son. My heart sank when I realized the kid was sitting in the car, waiting, while his dad came to me for his fix. But then, he said something that made my blood run cold. He bragged that he didn't let his son sleep in the house. He made him sleep in the van outside so the boy wouldn't wet the bed. The van was locked, he said, as if that made it okay. I was furious, disgusted. Right then, I told him to get out and never come back. He threatened to go to the cops, but I warned him my supplier would handle that. He left, but the casual cruelty of his words shook me. I knew I couldn't stay silent. I called CPS anonymously, reporting that I heard a child crying from a van every weekend. A few weeks later, I found out he'd been arrested, and it got worse. He'd been sleeping with his sister and forcing her dog into unspeakable acts. Thankfully, the boy was adopted by another family, but I never